Everybody turn to the book of Esther. Let's go over the one over. Yeah. Is you live here? Come. We are? Okay, well go ahead. Go Colossians 3:17.
This is the book of Colossians 3:17.
Okay, well go ahead. Go Colossians 3:17.
Colossians 3:17. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all Basham Mashiach Yahushai, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father, Basham Mashiach Yahushai.
Right, so all that we said do is going to be in the name of the Lord and Savior, Mashiach Yahushai. Khan. Giving all praise and glory to the Most High power, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, and Issachar. Khan. We are the Israelites. That's our and happy Purim. Khan. Another day that we celebrating of getting the victory over our enemies. It's like they celebrate 4th of July. We got many of them, right? We got at least 4 during the year, our year, that we can celebrate. You notice, I looked outside today, I was like, wow, it's a full moon. It's the 15th day of the 12th month, right? And some people, they go by different phases of how they deal with the moon cycle and so forth, but it is a full moon. On the 15th day, you got 15 days before it becomes full, then 15 days becomes dark again, but it's a full moon today. You know, like it's gonna be a full moon on the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Guaranteed. You know what I mean? Because it's 1 month after Purim. 1 month, exactly 1 month after. You know, so it's beautiful, you know. You look at it and go back to our culture, who we really are. So we're gonna do a lot of reading tonight. We're gonna do half. We're gonna split in half between then tomorrow. Since we have tomorrow, the second day of Purim tomorrow. We're gonna roll with it as it's written. So we'll go to Esther, the first chapter. Mind you, we in what captivity?
The final captivity.
The
final captivity.
What?
The final captivity.
We are, we are, but I mean in Esther.
Oh, okay. I thought you know.
That's definitely, hopefully, you gotta get Lamentation 4:22 for that one. For real. Lamentation 4:22 say the final captivity. Better be. Listen what it says here. So you said that.
Lamentations 4:22.
Right.
The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion.
Yeah. The punishment that we have been through in captivity after captivity, the last captivity, what do you say he's going to do?
He will no more carry thee away into captivity.
He said he ain't carrying us away into captivity no more. This is it.
That's right.
Khan? This is it. He said he will no more carry us away into captivity again. So now look what he says he's going to do.
He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom.
Who?
O daughter of
He
Edom.
said he's going to visit their iniquity, their wickedness.
That's right.
O daughter of Edom. So it makes sense that 2 Ezra 6:9 says, for Esau is the end of the world. Right? And Jacob is the beginning of it that follow. Correlating right with it, right? You see that? You gonna visit whose iniquity?
He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom.
You're gonna visit the iniquity of the Edomites. The superpower of earth in the last days. You're gonna visit their iniquity, their wickedness, their evil, and their what? Read.
He will discover thy sins.
You're gonna discover their sins. And it makes sense because who published the Bibles?
They do.
They do. Who pictures in the Bible?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? So hey, that's it. We ain't going to captivity no more. This is it. Khan. We in Esther, we in the Persian and Mede captivity. You know, the Persian and Medes have us in captivity. So let's go to Esther, first chapter. The Persians have taken down the Babylonians. He was in Babylonian captivity how long?
7.
Hmm?
Was it 70 years?
70 years, huh? 70 years. So here we are in the Persian Mede captivity. Scripture says, is Israel a homeboy or what?
Slave.
Slave? Hey, man.
Is he spoiled?
Is he spoiled? I mean, you always getting spoiled. That's why it's time to get it right, Con. Yeah, man. Whatever it means that we need to be able to look at this Bible and come up with how we got to get out of here, man. The solutions. Read this.
1 and 1.
Yeah.
Esther 1 and 1. Now it came to pass in the days of Ahasuerus, this is Ahasuerus which reigned from India even unto Ethiopia, over 127 provinces.
So that's how many provinces? 127 provinces. That's 120. 7 provinces that he's reigning over. And we in all of them. We scattered amongst all these provinces. Go ahead.
That in those days, when the king Ahasuerus sat on the throne of his kingdom, which was in Shushan the palace, in the 3rd year of his reign, he made a feast unto all his princes and his servants, the power of Persia and Media, the nobles and princes of the provinces being before him.
See that? So you see it's the Persian Mede Empire. Right? And he making a feast for the Persian Medes, not a feast that we host, because this is their kingdom. You know, this is the Persian Mede kingdom. So he holding a feast. Go ahead. He got the nobles and princes. Go ahead.
Verse 4. When he showed the riches of his glorious kingdom and the honor of his excellent majesty many days, even 180 days.
Man, how long they feast?
104 days.
180 days.
180 days.
That's a long time, right?
Con.
That's a long time, man. To be partying and having a good time.
6 months, right?
That's crazy.
That's 6 months, right?
Huh?
6 months,
huh?
yeah.
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
Verse 5. And when these days were expired, the king made a feast unto all the people that were present in Shushan the palace, both unto great and small, 7 days, in the court of the garden of the king's palace.
Dang, 7 days partying. Invited everybody. Come on. Let's have a good time. Go ahead.
Verse 6. Where were white, green, and blue hangings fastened with cords of fine linen and purple to silver rings and pillars of marble. The beds were of gold and silver upon a pavement of red and blue and white and black marble.
Decked out. Go ahead.
And they gave them drink in vessels of gold, the vessels being diverse one from another, and royal wine in abundance, according to the state of the king.
Wow, man. They doing it in, right? Go ahead.
And the drinking was according to the law. None did compel. For the king had appointed to all the officers of his house that they should do according to every man's pleasure.
Right. I mean, just do however you feel. Fulfill your pleasure. Have a good time. Go ahead. Here we go.
Also, Vashti, the queen, made a feast for the women in the royal house, which belonged to King Ahasuerus.
So his wife, the queen Vashti, she made a feast for the women, right, in the royal house. Go ahead.
On the 7th day, when the heart of the king was merry with wine, he commanded Mehuman, Bistha, Harbona, Bigtha, and Abaktha, Zethar, and Carcass, the 7 chamberlains that served in the presence of Ahasuerus the king, to bring Vashti the queen before the king with the royal with the crown royal, to show the people and the princess her beauty, for she was fair to look on.
Now, this Crown Royal wasn't talking about that Crown Royal they have in that bag that we get. He's talking about that crown that she put over here, right?
Good one, Elder.
Come on now. Yeah. But he said, bring my wife, man. Bring the queen, man, with her beautiful garments and her crown on her head so we could show her off, man. Because she was a beautiful woman. Go ahead.
Verse 12. But the queen Vashti refused to come at the king's commandment
Uh-oh. Go ahead.
by his chamberlains.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore was the king very wroth, and his anger burned in
Can
him.
you imagine that? That's embarrassing.
See it come.
He got everybody waiting for her to come. Tell Vashti to come. They didn't went to get her, and they got to come back and say, she ain't coming. Go ahead.
Verse 13. Then the king said to the wise men, which knew the times, for so was the king's manner toward all that knew law and judgment. And the next unto him was Kashurna, Shethar, Admatha, Tarshish, Meres, Marcina, and Memucan, the 7 princes of Persia and Media, which saw the king's face, and which sat the first in the kingdom. Verse 15. What shall we do unto the queen Vashti according to law, because she have not performed the commandment of the king Ahasuerus by the chamberlains?
Hear that? Here we say, what shall we do unto Queen Vashti according to the law? Why? Because she have not performed the commandment of the king or Ahasuerus by the chamberlains. So they got a law. Even the heathen got laws concerning how women have to be. Especially with the king. Go ahead. Check it out.
Verse 16. And Memucan answered the king and the princes, Vashti the queen have not done wrong to the king only, but also to all the princes, and to all the people that are in all the provinces of the king
He
Ahasuerus.
said, hey, she ain't just doing wrong for you, man. Watch, it's gonna get deep, because he said, hey, she's doing wrong for all the people in the provinces. 127 provinces gonna find out about this. Go ahead.
For this deed of the queen shall come abroad unto all women, so that they shall despise their husbands in their eyes, when it shall be reported. The king Ahasuerus commanded Vashti the queen to be brought in before him, but she came not.
Wow, what they said. Women gonna get rebellious against their own husbands. Let you know they was in order. You see that? The women was in order. That's why he's saying the women gonna get out of order, finding out that Vashti doing this, and she already having that feast. You know, so you say they having a good time, the women having a good time, and here she is. Nah, what you say? You want me to come? Nah, I'm not going. Yeah, that's right. Stay there. You don't have to go. Answer the boy. You just know they answer their own. You the queen. You ain't gotta listen to what he say. They said all the women gonna hear this. You find out that she ain't obey the king. You see, he already angry. That made him angry because he embarrassed. She embarrassing him by not coming. You know? Go ahead.
Verse 18. Likewise shall the ladies of Persia and Media say this day unto all the king's princes, which have heard of the deed of the queen. Thus shall there arise too much contempt and wrath.
See that? He said, hey, these ladies gonna hear about this in our kingdom, and they're gonna go off, man. They're gonna be like, hey, they're gonna hear the deed of Queen Vashti, and they're gonna rise in contempt and wrath. That wrath was like, hey, somebody gonna be getting hurt behind this. Read.
If it please the king, let there go a royal commandment from him, and let it be written among the laws of the Persians and the Medes, that it be not altered, that Vashti come no more before the king Ahasuerus, and let the king give her royal estate unto another that is better than she.
Wow. What you say? Let it be written. If it's written, you know, if it's written, it becomes law. Can't change it. That's why he's saying, let her be done away with and choose somebody else. Go ahead. He said, let it not be altered. See that? So whenever they wrote a decree, the king felt, you know, they had that signet ring. They put that signet ring on that. Whatever they say, it's law. Go ahead.
Verse 20. And when the king's decree, which he shall make, shall be published throughout all his empire, for it is great, all the wives shall give to their husbands honor, both to great and small.
You hear that? So when this is going to be published amongst all the 127 provinces, the purpose is that all the wives shall give to their husbands honor, both great, those that's living large, and those that's small, don't have much, poor, right? You know, even the nations got order of how things supposed to be. You know what I mean? As far as man and a woman. This is order right here. And they said, hey, we got to do this because if not, everybody going to, like you said, it's going to be what? Contempt and wrath. Go ahead.
Verse 21. And the saying pleased the king and the princes, and the king did according to the word of Memucan. For he sent letters into all the king's provinces, into every province according to the writing thereof, and to every people after their language, that every man should bear rule in his own house, and that it should be published according to the language of every people.
Wow. That's every nation that's in his kingdom. Get Genesis 3:16. It's for us. The Most High told us this. Now these are heathen that's following something similar, just what the Most High told us. Read that.
Genesis 3:16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee.
There it is. That's a judgment for the woman. Every woman. You know, that the Most High ordained. Why? Why the Most High tell first? That's the first judgment really given between a man and a woman was to Eve. Why? Nobody know why?
Keep order?
Hmm?
Keep order?
Keep
Keep
order.
order?
Yes,
Yeah.
put her in order because why he tell her her desire should be to her husband and he should rule over her. What she had already did.
Sin.
Sin.
Huh?
Sin.
Listen to the serpent.
Yeah, she was just dealing with Satan, dealing with the devil, dealing with another man, listening to another man
Come.
in her ear. Saying, you know, hey, look, you need a me, baby. You know? Don't you see how I look? You know, you're going to be like gods. You're going to be like, don't worry about Adam's shoes.
Come.
Y'all going to be like gods, man. You know, y'all dealing with the Most High and the tree of life, but don't, you know, don't listen to the Most High. You ain't going to surely die. That was the first lie I ever told. You know, I don't want to go deep to it, but I'm just saying, he lied to her. That was the first lie ever told. And she went for it. They went for it. For what? For what? What do you offer her?
Be like
It
God.
start with a P.
Pride.
Power.
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 Power. Straight up. That's why the decree came down like it did. What did he tell Adam? What's the first thing he told Adam? Verse 17.
Genesis 3:17. And unto Adam he said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for thy sake. In sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life.
What's the first thing you told Adam? I'm going to tell you, the only thing you have to think about is what it is that's written in this Bible. You ain't got to think all out of the box or whatever. I'm just asking questions to make sure you understand what you're reading. What's being said. That's it.
Just he listen to your word.
Because he listened to his woman, Eve, right? That's the first thing he told Adam. That's the reason why the first curse, that first punishment came to man was because he listened to the woman. Now, it's not wrong to listen to a woman because they're intelligent. You just got to make the right decision according to what you know here, regardless. You know what I mean? Because you're going to be held accountable more so than them. You understand? They're the weaker vessel. We just got to make sure that we make the right decision. You can't, it ain't about just shutting them down because they're intelligent. They thinking way, right now, they probably listening, probably got something, they probably cooking this and they doing something else over here. They got to do this, they got to do that. They not like us. Y'all not women not like us. You know what I mean? Like, what you think about nothing? What you think about? You know what I mean? We just chilling, right? But they got a lot of things going. Am I wrong, sisters? Look, all of them saying yes. You know what I mean? They got a lot of things happening, man. So, and that's real. So we can take all those things, put it on the table, and make sure that we make the right decisions. That's what it's saying, because he listened to her and dealing with what? Sin. Sin. Yeah, sin.
Yeah.
Con, sin. Speak up, y'all.
Con.
Be loud, right? Be loud, wrong. Come on, this. It don't matter. I mean, we all in this together, you know. Don't trip on me. I'm gonna make mistakes too. Shoot. We all gotta. I'm gonna be loud too. But that's right. They said, you know. So that's what you're looking at here. It's like even in the heathen Persian Media Empire, they still got that order. And the king gonna make that order to say this is the way it is. You women gotta be this way. And the men said, hey man, if you let Vashti get away with this, man, hey, all the women gonna be out of order. This gonna keep them in order. You know, we in the last days, man. We gotta really look at how we gotta be in order. You know, get that to order in Corinthians 11:3. Come on. We got to look at this order because it's very important. It ain't never left. It's just a matter of how we got to really maintain it to the point where everybody's in order, man, together. Read that.
1 Corinthians 11:3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Mashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Mashiach Yahushai is the Most High.
Con, you see that order?
Con.
It's the Most High, Mashiach Yahushai, man, woman, and from this part is from the woman to the man, to Mashiach Yahushai to the Most High. And for the woman go to children, see what I'm saying? But it's going from the Most High to Mashiach Yahushai to the man to the woman. And from the woman, she got to go through the man to a Mashiach Yahushai to the Most High. That's where it is. How you gonna break that order? But see, women think you can go from themselves to a Mashiach Yahushai to the Most High. Now that they have a man, you got to look at this. That order is always there. You see, that order is there. Now, a woman that don't have a man, then that's different. You see, but that woman that have a man, they gotta be together. That's togetherness. You know what I mean? And that's why I say if you break that, then your prayers could be hindered. You understand? You pray, but your prayers could be hindered because you're not in one. All right, I digress. Go back to Esther. Yeah.
Esther 2:1. After these things, when the wrath of King Ahasuerus was appeased, he remembered Vashti and what she had done, and what was decreed against her. Then said the king's servants that ministered unto him, Let there be fair young virgins sought for the king.
You hear that? So the king got women that's been around with men. He said, let there be fair young virgins sought for the king. Women that have not been with men. Or man.
Is Esther 2:1?
Say what?
Where Esther 2:1?
Esther 2:1.
Go ahead. So he said, hey, let there be fair young virgins sought for the king. Get rid of Vashti.
It's gonna be
Go ahead.
verse 3.
Verse 3. And let the king appoint officers in all the provinces of his kingdom, that they may gather together all the fair young virgins unto Shushan the palace, to the house of the women, unto the custody of Hej the king's chamberlain, keeper of the women, and let their things for purification be given them.
So they got certain things that they're going to have for purification to make their bodies, I mean, just fabulous. By the time the king see them, they're gonna be like smelling like, man. Because remember, women didn't used to stink.
No,
No, seriously. I mean, that's the curse that the Most High put upon them.
Con.
Y'all know that, right?
Yeah, con.
Everybody know that, right? Everybody know about that.
Yeah, you bring that verse out. Yeah,
Con. In the air, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Esther 2 and 4. And let the maiden which pleaseth the king be queen instead of Vashti. And the thing pleased the king.
Yeah.
And he
like
did
that.
so.
He said he liked that. Okay. Because you got to look at it. He was, you know, he been drinking, so he's already got an attitude. He got his brothers looking at him like, man, what's up, man? You let the woman not come to you? You're the king. You know how we are. And how the nations are, I'll say. You know, it ain't us, it's them. But you know how that could be. Especially when you're looking at the women hearing about this already, and they out of order. They gonna probably already start getting out of order. What you say? Ain't gotta do that. What you want me to do? Oh no. See what Queen Vashti, and think about the women that was with her. Not when remember she had a party with all the women. Think about all the women that was with her. Their heads, how their heads are. You know, Vashti didn't go see the king. That's the king. We ain't talking about no prince. We ain't talking about no regular brother of their nation. That's the king. She defied him, then hey, what you think that's why he's saying all the women, yes, you know, they're not married to the king. How you think they gonna act? That's the whole thing you're looking at. Go ahead.
Verse 5. Now in Shushan the palace there was a certain Jew whose name was Mordecai, the son of Jair, the son of Shammai, the son of Kish, a Benjamite.
So Mordecai is a Benjamite. Go ahead.
Who had been carried away from Jerusalem with the captivity which had been carried away with Jeconiah, king of Judah, who Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, had carried away.
So you see we in captivity. Can't get no clearer than that, right? Mordecai is in captivity. We in captivity. The Israelites, ready?
And he brought up Hadassah, that is Esther, his uncle's daughter, for she had neither father nor mother, and the maid was fair and beautiful, whom Mordecai, when her father and mother were dead, took for his own daughter.
So what was Mordecai to Esther? Hmm? No. What was brothers? What was Mordecai to Esther? Told y'all the women, they answering. Come on, brothers. What was Mordecai to Esther? Y'all women be quiet. Baba Kushai. Okay. Huh?
Cousin.
Hmm?
Cousin.
Cousin. Cousin. All right. Water. No, somebody had to come through. Come on. They was over there. They got it. You heard them say it. Come on now. Told y'all. Go ahead.
Verse 8. So it came to pass, when the king's commandment and his decree was heard, and when many maidens were gathered together unto Shushan the palace, to the custody of Haggai, that Esther was brought also unto the king's house, to the custody of Haggai, keeper of the women.
Hey, Esther was, man, she was banging. Probably how Eve was. You know what I mean? Like, she just, Adam, you know you got to do this, man. Esther was banging, man. She was a beautiful woman. Go ahead.
Verse 9. And the maiden pleased him, and she obtained kindness of him, and he speedily gave her things for purification.
Hey, he looked at her and said, hey, baby, you take all this. Make sure you take care of your body. You take care of your body. You looked at Esther, fine as she was. Go ahead.
With such things as belonged to her, and 7 maidens, which were meet to be given her out of the king's house. And he preferred her and her maids unto the best place of the house of the women. Verse 10. Esther had not showed her people nor her kindred, for Mordecai had charged her that she should not show it.
You know, so Esther had not showed her people, but she's an Israelite, nor her kindred, as being an Israelite. For Mordecai, her cousin, who raised her, had charged her that she should not show it. She should not let anybody know that she's an Israelite, right? Because we're in captivity. Go ahead.
Verse 11. And Mordecai walked every day before the court of the women's house to know how Esther did and what should become of her.
So Mordecai's looking out for her. He's walking every day in the court of the women, want to know what's going on with Esther. Go ahead, his cousin that he raised. Go ahead. Now that's a beautiful thing. You know, her father and mother died, and the first cousin, take you in and, you know, raise you. That's beautiful, man. That's really powerful, man. You know, that's love. Go ahead.
Verse 12. Now when every maid's turn was come to go into King Ahasuerus, after that she had been 12 months according to the manner of the women, for so were the days of their purifications accomplished, to wit, 6 months with oil of myrrh, and 6 months with sweet odors, and with other things for the purifying of the women.
Hear that? A whole year. A whole year of purifying your body. The woman just purifying her body for a whole year. The best of the best oils, and man, 6 months with oil of myrrh, and 6 months with sweet odors, and with other things for the purifying of the woman for a whole year. Y'all hear this? That's a long time. Every day, 24/7, you just purifying yourself. Man, go ahead. Smell better than the rose when you see it, huh? Just illuminated out there like, whoa! Go ahead.
Verse 13. Then thus came every maiden unto the king. Whatsoever she desired was given her to go with her out of the house of the women unto the king's house.
Keep blessing them. Go ahead.
In the evening she went, and on the morrow she returned into the second house of the women, to the custody of Shagaz, the king's chamberlain, which kept the concubines. She came in unto the king no more, except the king delighted in her, and that she were called by name.
Hear that? So the king had concubines. The chamberlain, he kept the concubines. These other women that's not considered, you know, as high as a wife, but they sort of like a wife to the king, except the king delighted in her. See, the king delighted in Esther. He's seen her, and he's like, man, I can't wait till you finish purifying yourself. And that she were called by name. Esther, go ahead.
Esther 2:15. Now when the turn of Esther, the daughter of Abihail, the uncle of Mordecai, who had taken her for his daughter, was come to go in unto the king, she required nothing but what Haggai, the king's chamberlain, the keeper of the women, appointed. And Esther obtained favor in the sight of all them that looked upon her.
Hear that? She was fine. Everybody looked at her, just like Judah. Remember Judah? Remember Judah? When Judah went in front of the enemy, they was like, man, what nation had women like this? It was going crazy over her, right? And she went in there and did what? Most High. She prayed to Most High, hey, give me the strip. Kill this leader. Chop this head off. That's right.
That's right.
That's right. Put it in the bag and say, this your leader.
This your king.
That's right. This your king. This your governor. This your sergeant. This your general right here.
Right.
Come on. Go ahead.
Verse
That's
6.
why I love, I had to bring her out because Esther the same. We'll see that she got the same kind of spirit. Powerful, man. Go ahead.
Verse 16. So Esther was taken unto King Ahasuerus into his house royal in the 10th month, which is the month Tebeth, in the 7th year of his reign.
So that's the 10th month. What month we in now?
12 months.
12 months. So that's 2 months before we dealing with, you know, what's going to happen. Go ahead.
And the king loved Esther above all the women, and she obtained grace and favor in his sight more than all the virgins. so that he set the royal crown upon her head and made her queen instead of Vashti.
He loved. He seen Esther. He was like, man, you the baddest thing walking. You put that crown. You put that crown on her head to make her queen instead of Vashti. Go ahead.
Then the king made a great feast unto all his princes and his servants, even Esther's feast. And he made a release to the provinces and gave gifts according to the state of the king.
Right. Go ahead.
Verse 19. And when the virgins were gathered together the second time, then Mordecai sat in the king's gate. Esther had not yet showed her kindred nor her people.
Right. She ain't letting him know that she's an Israelite. Remember, Mordecai told her, don't let anyone know that she's an Israelite. Go ahead.
As Mordecai had charged her. For Esther did the commandment of Mordecai, like as when she was brought up with him. Verse 21. In those days, while Mordecai sat in the king's gate, two of the king's chamberlains, Bigthan and Teresh, of those which kept the door, were wroth and sought to lay hand on the king Ahasuerus.
Yeah, so Mordecai sitting in the gate, and two men, the king's chamberlains, seeking out how they can kill him. They want to kill him. Kill King Ahasuerus. Go ahead.
And the thing was known to Mordecai, who told it unto Esther the queen. And Esther certified the king thereof in Mordecai's name.
Hear that? So, once Mordecai found out about it, he told his cousin Esther, let the king know. These two cats trying to kill you, plotting to kill you. And let him know that it's Mordecai. Go ahead.
Verse 23. And when inquisition was made of the matter, it was found out. Therefore they were both hanged on a tree. And it was written in the book of the Chronicles before the king.
So they hung both of them. It was found out. So they hung both of these cats that was trying to kill the king. It's written in the book of the Chronicles before the king. Now I want to backtrack. I want to go into the Apocrypha. I want you to read right here. If you have that in yours, I don't know if it's there. I want you to. This is placed before chapter 1 because the Apocrypha, Esther, you read it back and forth to be able to know how to get the whole story. So we're going to go back to see. This comes before chapter 1. So lucky I forgot to bring this up. We'll start that. I don't know if you have that.
Addition to Esther.
Yeah.
What chapter is it? Oh, it starts on 10.
No, it starts right there. It's like placing before chapter 1 of Ephesians. We're supposed to read that first. I'll think about 3 and 13. But read that. Just read it. Read that all the way up to. So what's up? Tell everybody have the Cambridge University Press Apocrypha, the red one?
Yeah.
Okay, well, tell them what page it's on.
55.
No, I
55.
got it. I got it.
We starting at the bottom paragraph where it says, read what it says.
What chapter or verse, please?
It's not a chapter. It's the Apocrypha and the Bible go together. As far as we do with Esther, you read
Yeah.
so much. It's just this goes like before. Read what it says. You can see what the title is. But it's gonna be like you have certain parts. That's this is before we start.
All right.
I should have read this first, but we're gonna read it now.
Okay.
All right, this is the rest of the chapters of Book of Esther, page 55 in the, what is it, Cambridge
University Press.
University Press, Apocrypha. So right here?
Yeah.
All right, placed in the Greek before chapter 1 of the Hebrew.
Y'all see that? Everybody see that? It's at the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
In the second year of the reign of Artaxerxes the Great, in the first day of the month Nisan, Mordecai, the son of Jairus, the son of Shammai, the son of Sisai of the tribe of Benjamin, had a dream, who was a Jew and dwelt in the city of Susa, a great man, being a servitor in the king's court. He was also one of the captives, which Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, carried from Jerusalem with Jeconias, king of Judea. And this was his dream. Behold, a noise of a tumult, with thunder, and earthquakes, and uproar in the land. And behold, two great dragons came forth ready to fight.
I see it now.
And their cry was great. And at their cry, all nations were prepared to battle, that they might fight against the righteous people. And lo, a day of darkness and obscurity, tribulation and anguish, affliction and great uproar upon the earth. And the whole righteous nation was troubled, fearing their own evils, and were ready to perish. Then they cried unto the Most High, and upon their cry, as it were from a little fountain, was made a great flood, even much water. The light and the sun rose up, and the lowly were exalted, and devoured the glorious. Now when Mordecai, who had seen his dream, and what the Most High had determined to do, was awake, he bare this dream in mind, and until night by all means was desirous to know it.
That's it. Right there. Read all the way to there.
And Mordecai took his rest in the court with Gabbatha and Thara, the two eunuchs of the king and keepers of the palace. And he heard their devices and searched out their purposes, and learned that they were about to lay hands upon Artaxerxes the king. And so he certified the king of them. Then the king examined the two eunuchs, and after that they had confessed it, they were strangled. And the king made a record of these things, and Mordecai also wrote thereof. So the king commanded Mordecai to serve in the court, and for this he rewarded him. Howbeit, Haman, the son of Amadathus.
Okay, wait, that's too far. Because he don't really know. He don't really know. When we read there, we went a little further, but go back to Esther, the second chapter and verse 23. So you know that these two cats were trying to kill him. And see how it coincides with the Apocrypha. They talk about the Apocrypha is not canon, not real. You see how it coincides just what we just read with the Apocrypha in the Hebrew. Mm-hmm. Read that. The same thing is said in the Apocrypha is the same thing, just went a little further. It went a little further ahead, what we are reading pertaining to, him rewarding Mordecai. It was not known. He didn't know that was Mordecai. You see, we're going to see that. You're going to realize that it was Mordecai eventually. But read that. Esther 2 and read 22 and 23.
Esther 2 and 22. And the thing was known to Mordecai, who told it unto Esther the queen. And Esther certified the king thereof in Mordecai's name. And when inquisition was made of the matter, it was found out. Therefore they were both hanged on a tree, and it was written in the book of the Chronicles before the king.
Okay, so that's right along with what we've seen in the rest of the chapters of the book of Esther in the Apocrypha, where it says, and Mordecai took his rest in the court, this is chapter 12, with Gabbatha and Thara, the two eunuchs of the king and keepers of the palace. And he heard their devices and searched out their purposes. These are the ones who want to kill the king, and learned that they were about to lay hands upon Artaxerxes, the king. And so he certified the king of them. Let the king know. Then the king, remember how he let the king know? The answer is from what we read already. How did the king find out? Women, please don't say anything. Cause y'all be on it. Come on, brothers.
Esther.
Esther, right. Esther total. God. All right. I'll give him a little time to get off. Give him a little time. Right. Come on, brother. This reminds me of old, boy.
God.
Woo, man. I said it. So it says, then the king examined the 2 eunuchs, and after that, they had confessed it, they were strangled. Okay? Now we're going to leave it at that, because that's all we read so far, right? He wrote it in the book of Chronicles before the king. Now let's go to chapter 3 of Esther. And read the verse 13.
Esther 3:1. After these things did King Ahasuerus promote Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, and advanced him, and set his seat above all the princes that were with him.
This dude, so Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, he's Edomite, Amalek. Get Genesis 36:1 for me. He's Amalek.
Genesis 36:1. Now these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom.
Verse 8.
Genesis 36:8.
So Esau is Edom, means red. Go ahead.
Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom.
So Esau is Edom, right? Okay, you gotta go to verse 12.
Genesis 36:12.
So we know, everybody know who Esau is, Khan?
Khan.
Okay, go ahead.
Verse 12. And Timnah was concubine to Eliphaz, Esau's son.
So Eliphaz was Esau's son, and Timber was concubine to Eliphaz, Esau's son. Still dealing with Esau. Go ahead.
And she bare to Eliphaz Amalek.
Who?
And she bare to Eliphaz Amalek.
Amalek, right? Go ahead. That's it.
These
Yeah.
were the sons of Adah, Esau's wife.
So I'm here because Eliphaz bare Amalek, right? And as a nation, it became what?
The Edomites.
Mites.
No, Amalekites.
Amalekites.
Amalekites. Everybody, y'all see this?
Come on, this is his son, his descendant.
Hmm?
You're talking about Esau's son or his
Oh, it's
grandson.
his
Grandson. Okay.
Grandson. Yeah. So now go to 1 Samuel 15:8. Remember, Haman is what? Agag, right? Agag. So let's see who Agag is.
15:8.
Yeah,
1 Samuel 15:8.
15:8.
First Samuel.
Well, let's go up a little bit so you see that this is where King Saul was told to go kill Amalek. Y'all know the story, right? He was told to go kill Amalek, take him out. You know, that's why he lost the kingdom. That's why it's very important. People look at it, you ain't got to follow the Most High's laws if you want to, come out if you want to. Shoot. Start at verse 6.
First Samuel.
No. Start at, because Samuel gave Saul a direct order from the Most High. Read verse 3.
First Samuel.
No, come on. Read 3:2, so you know what they did.
First Samuel 15:2. Thus saith the Most High Power of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel, how he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt.
We came out of Egypt, man. The Amalekites, man, they was like waiting in the way, man. That's what he said, read. That's what he told Saul.
Now go and smite Amalek, and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not, but slay both man and woman, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass.
See? So he told them to kill everything. Take out everything they got. Don't take nothing. You know the Most High don't want nothing that they have to sacrifice to him. Khan? Yeah. Verse 5.
Verse 5. And Saul came to a city of Amalek and laid wait in the valley. And Saul said unto the Kenites, Go, depart, get you down from among the Amalekites, lest I destroy you with them. For ye showed kindness to all the children of Israel when they came up out of Egypt. So the Kenites departed from the Amalekites.
From among the Amalekites. He said, you better get out of here, man. We're going to destroy you too. You're going to get destroyed right with the Amalekites, right? So they departed from among the Amalekites. Go ahead. Listen.
And Saul smote the Amalekites from Havilah unto thou comest to Shur, that is over against Egypt.
So we killed them all. Go ahead. This is very important. Let's verse right here. Look.
And he took Agag, the king of the Amalekites, alive.
You hear that? And he took Agag, the king of the Amalekites, alive. Read.
And utterly destroyed all the people with the edge of the sword.
And you see, when you go back to what was that in Esther? Haman was what?
Agagite.
Agagite. You know, an Amalekite. Who was who today?
The fake Jews.
Right. Revelation 2 and 9. Khan. Who nation is the Edomite? You know? Revelation 2 and 9. And 3 and 9.
Revelations 2 and 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
There it is.
Khan.
Masha was saying that.
Yep.
He said they are the synagogue of Satan. They do lie, saying that they are us, the Israelites. We don't call ourselves Jews anyway. We call ourselves Israelites. The Jewish staff for Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. We the Israelites, yes.
Where that come in that they also call Ashkenaz.
Ashkenaz,
Yeah, Ashkenazi Jews.
is Gentiles. Trying to deal with, you know, that's part of the Gentiles, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
that they try and, you know, use as not identifying themselves away from who they are.
Right.
Everything is, remember they lied from the womb. So everything is, that's why it says, what it say? I know the blasphemy of them would say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Verse 3 and 9. Tell you what they do.
Revelations 3 and 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie.
But do what?
But do lie.
But do what?
But do lie.
But do what?
But do lie.
They do lie, read.
Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee.
That's right, man. Psalm 58 and 3. Can't get no clearer than this. I mean,
Psalms 58 and 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb.
Speaking lies.
They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
speaking what?
Speaking lies.
Speaking lies, you see? So, I mean, aren't they the Most High? Who put that picture in the Bible say they're the Most High? They do. Yeah. Who say they are Mashiach Yahushua?
They do.
Don't they got a new movie out or some kind of series called The House of David or something
Khan,
like that?
I
Huh?
could put it on right so I can see it.
House of David, right?
Hold on, put it on right
They
quick.
got it. I mean, they got a. I mean, look, this little weakling dude, little dude took a rock and just
Let's see.
hit Goliath. I mean, it
Yeah.
don't even look real.
Let's see. Was it our Prime, babe? The House of David? I thought I saw
See?
it.
I mean,
Oh,
There it goes, right there.
there it is. See, House of David.
They got it featured.
Yeah.
That was the first thing.
See, that's what I'm saying. You know, it's always them. So if that's the truth, that's a lie. That's a lie, right?
Khan.
Khan.
That's what they do, man. So Haman is an Agagite. Here's what the Most High say in Exodus 17 and 16.
Exodus 17 and 16. For he said, because the Most High have sworn that the Most High will have war with Amalek from generation to generation.
Hear that? Read it again.
For he said, because the Most High have sworn that the Most High will have war with Amalek from generation to generation.
That's written, man. I mean, what can you do with that? You say you'll have war with them from generation to generation, man. That's why they're over there now. There's no peace, right? There's no peace. It said when the real Israelites go back, it say the lion gonna sit down with the lamb, right? You eat straw, so forth. Ain't gonna be nothing that we have to be concerned about as far as dealing with, wild animals and this, that, and the third, whatever. It's gonna be peace. It's gonna be joyous time for the Israelites, man. Ain't gonna be no war. Look, man, they said they shot 350 missiles on the Sabbath on Israel, Iran. 350, that's a lot of missiles, man. They said the more than they ever been bombarded with.
Iran shot at Israel.
Yeah, 350. That was this weekend on the Sabbath.
Shut. All praises.
And what do you say, gonna have war with Amalek? Fine. It is what it is. I mean,
I believe destroyed.
Hey. Let's go back to Esther. So you say Haman is what? What nation?
Agagite,
Agagite, which is
Amalek.
Esau.
Esau. Con. Which are the
Edomites.
There you go. There you go.
Right. Well, I'm gonna make sure to answer these questions.
Y'all do. Bam, that's
I said.
Come on, let's go.
Esther 3 and 1. And after these things did King Ahasuerus promote Haman, the Hamadatha, the Agagite, and advanced him and set his seat above all the princes that were with him. And all the king's servants that were in the king's gate bowed in reverence Haman, for the king had so commanded concerning him. But Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence.
That's right. Go down, get out, Mordecai. Everybody bowing out of this Edomite, Haman, because this is. You look at let's go to the law first. Go to Exodus 20 and 1. We went over this in the prayer. Read that. Come on.
Exodus 20 and 1. And the Most High spake all these words, saying, I am the Most High thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
So Egypt means bondage. Captivity, slavery, and bondage. Go ahead.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
No other gods or idols before the Most High. Read.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth.
That's right. Nothing tangible that we can see, man. Because Most High is a what? An invisible power. Read. What he tell us? This is very important because people be looking at this, that, and the third, whatever you can see with your eyes. But the important thing is what he's saying here. Read.
Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Most High, thy power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me.
You see? That's what the Most High told us in the law. Read verse 6.
And showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments.
There it is, man. So what does Mordecai do? He's going to keep the commandments. And this Haman, he want everybody to bow down to him. That's why you look at Psalms 83rd chapter. Go right along with their spirit, man. Look at verse 4. No, read verse 1 and 2. It's very important.
Psalms 83 and 1. Keep not thou silent, O Most High. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Most High.
King David praying to the Most High, man. He said, don't be quiet, man, Most High. Don't hold your peace. Go ahead.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the
He
head.
said, the Most High and the Mashiach side enemies make a turmoil. They're making an uproar, rioting, going off. And they that hate thee, that hate the Most High, have lifted up the head. Lift up the head meaning what? And what? What would that make them?
Proud.
Prideful.
Lift up the hand like they trying to
One word,
assert authority.
which is they lift up the head like what?
Prideful.
Prideful. There it is. Remember, Haman is prideful. He's very prideful to have everybody bow down to him. Get humility out of that. Ain't no humility in that.
No.
He want everybody to bow down to him. This is what's going on. So he said, lift up the head. What's the first one? Who's the first nation? That this is not individual. Mosiah no respect to person. This is nations. He have respect to us as a nation. Exodus 22 and 25. He have no respect to us as people. Of each individual, but he got respect to us as a nation. Us coming together and being together. That's why you got nations here, man. That's why I say gather together. What? Oh, nation not desired. You see, we got to come together, man. That's how he, performs with us, man. As we come together as a nation. Read the first one he named in verse 6. That's that first name. That's what we dealing with the topic.
Verse
This
6.
little.
The tabernacles of Edom.
That's all we need. Right?
Right.
God?
Come.
Come on. That's what we talking about. Haman. Go ahead. Go back to Esther.
Esther 3 and 2. And all the king's servants that were in the king's gate bowed and reverenced Haman, but for the king had so commanded concerning him. But Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence.
That's right.
That's right. Khan?
Khan.
All praise to the Most High for Mordecai. Khan? Yeah, go ahead.
Then the king's servants, which are in the king's gate, said unto Mordecai, Why transgressest thou the king's commandment?
So why are you not following the king's commandment? Go ahead.
Now it came to pass, when they spake daily unto him, and he hearkened not unto them, that they told Haman to see whether Mordecai's matters would stand. For he had told them that he was a Jew.
Yeah. We're going to see if his word's going to stand, man. He told him he was a Jew. But he's what? Of the tribe of what?
Benjamin.
Benjamin. Now, you know that we all, Benjamin, Judah, Benjamin, Levi together. We all called Jews. Go ahead.
And when Haman saw that Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence, then was Haman full of wrath.
He got an attitude about that. You ain't bowing down to me. You know who I am? The king in order that everybody bow to me. And you ain't gonna bow down to me? Who you think you are? Check it out. Read.
And he thought scorn to lay hands on Mordecai alone, for they had showed him the people of Mordecai. Wherefore Haman sought to destroy all the Jews that were throughout the whole kingdom of Ahasuerus, even the people of Mordecai.
Hear that? That's 127 provinces, man. He gonna kill all of us. Because we all scattered amongst these provinces, right? He had a decree, he want to kill everybody. Not only Mordecai. And that's that hatred that we went over last night. Khan? Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 7. In the first month, that is the month Nisan, in the 12th year of King Ahasuerus, they cast pur, that is the lot, before Haman from day to day.
That's throwing them dice. When we gonna get it? When we gonna do this? They throwing the dice. When we gonna do it? Not this month, because there's something going on. They got this going on. This month they gonna be together now. And we'll make sure we can just go in there and catch them unawares. Go ahead.
before Haman from day to day and from month to month to the 12th month, that is the month Adar.
So now it's in the 12th month, which Esther been the queen how long? Y'all remember? 2 months.
2 months.
2 months. Remember, she the 10th month.
The 10th month.
10th month, right? That's when, you know, she was chosen. So it's been 2 months. Go ahead. All this happened in 2 months. Can you imagine that? She been living her life cool with her and Mordecai, living cool. And that's, you know, hey, she chosen as the queen. She going up in there, and they a decree come out, they gonna kill us. Go ahead. This is what it's gonna come out to be. Read.
Verse 8. And Haman said unto King Ahasuerus, there is a certain people scattered abroad and dispersed among the people in all the provinces of thy kingdom, and their laws are diverse from all people.
Hear that? Our laws are diverse, different from all people. Straight up. From all people. Go ahead.
Neither keep they the king's laws. Therefore, it is not for the king's profit to suffer them.
He's plotting. He's plotting in King Ahasuerus' mind, man. Go ahead.
If it please the king, let it be written that they may be destroyed. And I will pay 10,000 talents of silver to the hands of those that have the charge of the business to bring it into the king's treasury.
He said he gonna pay 10,000. This how much hatred he have. He gonna pay 10,000 talents of silver, man, to the hands of those that have the charge of the business to do this, to bring it into the king's treasury. You know, that's like, hey, I'm gonna bring this money, man. Like Elon Musk with Trump, huh? Right? Hey, look, I got all this money, man. You know, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. Go ahead.
Verse 10. And the king took his ring from his hand and gave it to Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, the Jews' enemy.
The Jews' enemy. You hear that? Haman, the son of Mathadah, the Agagite, the Amalek, the Edomite, the Jews' enemy. There it is right there. We have enemies. It's shown right there. Anybody not see that? Anybody don't believe it?
I
It's written
believe.
right there.
I believe.
For real. Go ahead.
Verse 11. And the king said unto Haman, the silver is given to thee, the people also, to do with them as it seemeth good to thee.
Wow, he gave him his ring, his signet ring, and said, hey, the silver is given to thee, and the people also, to do with them as it seemeth good to thee. To someone that hate us and known as our enemy. Go ahead.
Verse 12. Then were the king's scribes called on the 13th day of the first month, and there was written according to all that Haman had commanded unto the king's lieutenants, and to the governors that were over every province, and to the rulers of every people of every province, according to the writing thereof, and to every people after their language. In the name of King Ahasuerus was it written, and sealed with the king's ring.
See? That's what I said, that signet ring, man. They had that ring, they put in that ink, and once you put that ring in that piece of paper, man, it's sealed. You can't just annul it. Verse 13.
Verse 13. And the letters were sent by post into all the king's provinces, to destroy, to kill, and to cause to perish all Jews, both young and old, little children and women, in one day, even upon the 13th day of the 12th month, which is the month Adar, and to take the spoil of them for a prey.
Here we are, man. They said kill all the Jews.
And rob them.
Rob them, right? They gave everything they got, right? Because you know we had some things, man. Well, they wouldn't we'd take the spoil of them for a prey. We ain't have nothing. But nothing to take, right? They looking at us, man. They checking us out, man. Say destroy, kill, and cause to perish all Jews. The decree went out. Now we're gonna go to the Apocrypha on the same page on 55, and I want you to start reading chapter 13, placing the Greek after chapter 3:13 of the Hebrew. It's at the bottom. You have that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where you want?
Right here.
13.
Yeah.
A copy of the letters.
Yeah.
All right. Additions to Esther 13. The copy of the letters was this. The great king Artaxerxes writeth these things to the princes and governors that are under him from India unto Ethiopia in 107 and 20 provinces. After that I became ruler over many nations and had dominion over the whole world, not lifted up with presumption of my authority, but carrying myself always with equity and mildness. I purpose to settle my subjects continually in a quiet life, and making my kingdom peaceable, and open for passage to the utmost coast, to renew peace, which is desired of all men. Now when I asked my counselors how this might be brought to pass, Haman, the excelled in...
It says Haman, but that's Haman. You know, they just got an Haman. That's still Haman, who was an Amalekite of the Edomite nation. Go ahead.
And it's Artaxerxes, the Ahasuerus,
Yeah.
same time. Verse 3. Now when I asked my counselors how this might be brought to pass, Haman, that excelled in wisdom among us, and was approved for his constant goodwill and steadfast fidelity, and had the honor of the second place in the kingdom.
See, it's like we just read, you know, kingdom exalted him. He had the second place in the kingdom, like Joseph had the second place under Pharaoh. Go ahead.
Declared unto us that in all nations throughout the world there was scattered a certain malicious people that had laws contrary to all nations, and continually despised the commandments of kings, so as the uniting of our kingdoms honorably intended by us cannot go forward.
That's right, man. Our laws are different than all the nations. You hear that? Malicious people. Malicious mean you angry without a cause. We got a cause to be angry. Like we got a cause to be angry now. Come on. The way you've been treated. Go ahead.
Verse 5. Seeing then, we understand that this people alone is continually in opposition unto all men, deferring in the strange manner of their laws, and evil affected to our state, working all the mischief they can, that our kingdom may not be firmly established. Therefore have we commanded that all they that are signified in writing unto you by Haman, who is ordained over the affairs, and is next unto us, shall all, with their wives and children, be utterly destroyed by the sword of their enemies, without all mercy and pity, the 14th day of the 12th month Adar of this present year.
There it is, man. Kill us on the 14th day, man. In all provinces, 127 provinces. Kill all the Israelites that's in all of these provinces, man. Sword of their enemies. You hear that? You keep hearing that word. Sword of their enemies. Go ahead.
Verse 7. That they who of old and now also are malicious may in one day with violence go into the grave, and so ever hereafter cause our affairs to be well settled and without trouble.
Right, man. Kill us all, man. Go back to
Chapter 13.
Esther 3 and 14.
Esther 3 and 14. The copy of the writing for a commandment to be given in every province was published unto all people, that they should be ready against that day.
You know, be ready against that day, man, to kill us, the Israelites, in captivity under the Persian Mede Empire. Go ahead.
Verse 15. The post went out, being hastened by the king's commandment, and the decree was given in Shushan the palace. And the king and Haman sat down to drink, but the city Shushan was perplexed.
Right, man. They sent this decree out to all 127 provinces, man. That on this special day, man, they're going to kill us, put us to death. Go ahead, chapter 4.
Esther 4:1. When Mordecai perceived all that was done, Mordecai rent his clothes and put on sackcloth with ashes, and went out into the midst of the city and cried with a loud and bitter cry.
Man, he put that sackcloth, ashes on himself, went out to the midst of the city, man, and started just hollering and screaming. Go ahead.
Verse 2.
And the sackcloth is for humility. Go ahead.
And came even before the king's gate, for none might enter into the king's gate clothed with sackcloth.
You can't come into the king's gate looking raggedy. You gotta be looking choice when you come to the king's gate. Go ahead.
Verse 3. And in every province, whithersoever the king's commandment and his decree came, there was great mourning among the Jews, and fasting, and weeping, and wailing, and many lay in sackcloth and ashes.
So you see, this is humility. With the sackcloth, with the ashes on our bodies, man, and weep, crying, and wailing to the Most High, like we went over last night, the solution, right? We told the Most High we have sinned, and we cried to the Most High. What we have to do as a nation right now, man, got to get off your high horse, man, and become humble and cry to the Most High. Cause we ain't got no power, but the Most High. Who the power?
Most High, Yahweh.
That's right. Yahweh's the power. Who's the power?
Yahweh.
That's right. Who's the power?
Yahweh.
Yahweh's the power. Yahweh's the power, man. You know, until we really look at how we have to get closer to Him, in what way what we got to do to make Him feel us instead of us feeling like we already there and we ain't there. We got to look at how we got to please Him.
Huh.
For real, for real. I mean, this is really real. I mean, when we come back to the Most High, He feel that desire to say, oh, wow, y'all really care about me. Somebody really care about me. Enough of us care about Him for Him to, that's what the time He brought us out of captivity. Just what they're doing now, they cry and weep to Him. You know, that's why when I went to Hosea 5:15, they said, I'm going to go to my place until we acknowledge our offense and seek His face. So he hid His face away from him for breaking His laws. He said, in your affliction, you're going to seek me early. But what about you seeking me? You say, you ain't going to be able to find me. You say that too. Some people ain't going to be able to find them because they have the opportunity. They've been called. We all been called. Can't say we've been chosen.
He is called.
We've been called. You know, we know that we the chosen people of the Most High, but you can't say that you chosen. See, that's why I say these things makes us be proud in the eyes of the Most High. And prideful people is hateful before man and the Most High. When you really look at humility and what it takes to be able to humble yourself before them. See what they're doing? We got to wait till it happen to us. It's going to happen to us. It's going to happen to us. Y'all think it's not? Knowing that we got next. So we got a head start on having a relationship with the Most High, knowing how to please Him, what worked from what our ancestors did. That's what it's about. What else we have to go by? We only have this Bible to go by. And the code is coded in here. They always did the same thing. And it worked. Most said He had pity on us, then He sent a deliverer. Every time, send a deliverer. When you read the Judges, I told y'all last night, read Judges, man. We cried to the Most High, humbled ourselves, cried to the Most High, sent a deliverer. We got one deliverer that's coming. Who is that?
Yahweh Shai.
That's right. Hamashiach Yahushai, man. We only got to cry one more time, man. That's it. We just said what did He say? Didn't He tell us in Lamentation 4:22? He ain't taking us into captivity no more. Didn't He say that? That's it, man. So how do we get out of this?
Cry to the Most High.
That's it, man.
Lamentations what?
Lamentations 4:22.
Yeah, man. You ain't going no captivity no more. This is it. Go ahead.
Esther 4:4. So Esther's maids and her chamberlains came and told it her. Then was the queen exceedingly grieved, and she sent raiment to clothe Mordecai, and to take away his sackcloth from him, but he received it not.
You hear that? She sent some glorious garments for Mordecai, her cousin, to put on. No, no. He received it not, man. I don't want that, man. I'm gonna stay humble. I'm gonna stay in this condition that I am to reach the Most High. Because she gonna go into it too. Y'all know what Judah did, right? Y'all know about Judah? Judah put dung on her body. She was so bad that everybody them men was tripping out over her. What kind of nation got beautiful women like this? Man, they was just flipping out. When she dressed, because she was walking around in her widow's garment, right? She made herself beautiful. But before she was beautiful, they cried out to the Most High. She put dung and ashes on her body. That's a loaded Greek, yes.
What is dong?
Doo-doo.
Oh, okay. I was thinking, like, what the hell is dong? Okay.
Con, you know?
Clear cut.
Hey.
Man, she was beautiful, a beautiful woman like that.
she
Put
was-
dung in her
Yeah,
face.
put it
Shit.
over, cut her hair. That's what we're talking about, humility. You know, when you look at Judah's a mighty man, David a mighty warrior, being a bar of steel, but he still cried to the Most High. You know, we read about how the Most High said, get him. Get him. We called out to the Most High, man. He didn't say Crumb Yahshua, he said Crumb Most High. Crumb Most High. That's what we got to do. Crumb Most High, rise against our enemies. Bashalom Mashiach Yahushai Khan. That's what he's doing, man. That's what they're doing right now. Every time that we was in this situation, that's what we did. We did the same thing. It ain't gonna change. It ain't never gonna change. It's the same thing. It's just a matter of looking at this Bible and what is it that we read in here. That's the solution. This is what we did. This is what they're giving it to us, man. They say call on your ancestors. Oh, who we looking at now? Esther and Mordecai, right?
Yeah.
That's what we looking at. It's our ancestors. Khan? Yeah. Go ahead. That's a load of beat, man. Sackcloth and ashes and crying, and he didn't even want to accept. You can't give me nothing, man. He still want to remain in that humility state. Go ahead.
Verse 5. Then called Esther for Hathach, one of the king's chamberlains, whom he had appointed to attend upon her, and gave him a commandment to Mordecai to know what it was and why it was.
Yeah. Why are you, why you want to accept this beautiful garment I'm giving you to take off this sackcloth? What's going on? She want to know what's happening because, hey, coming back and say, hey, he didn't accept it. You got to take this. He didn't want it. You're going to keep on the sackcloth. So knowing our customs, when you like that, you know there's something really serious. That everybody got to pray and fast. They fast and praying and putting on the sackcloth, putting on the ashes. There's a brother that back in the day, he was from India, and I was on Power Talk, and you could see, the people that was from all the different countries and all that. Man, he had like ashes on here, always had ashes on his forehead, and he had a garment on. But he spoke a broken type of Hebrew. He said he was an Israelite. They call them the untouchables over there. So they make them wear a broom or have something like a broom that when they walk, it'll move their, wash away their footsteps. That's how bad it is. A lot of places, man, they have it worse than us. Like Brazil, it's pretty bad in certain places where we at, man. That's the most population there in Brazil of us. You know what I mean? They got it pretty bad, man, in certain places. But go ahead.
Verse 6. So Hathach went forth to Mordecai unto the street of the city, which is before the king's gate. And Mordecai told him of all that had happened unto him, and of the sum of the money that Haman had promised to pay to the king's treasuries for the Jews to destroy them.
I mean, this dude is going to pay out money to kill us, man. What kind of hatred is that? He going to pay out money to kill us. Go ahead.
Verse 8. Also, he gave him the copy of the writing of the decree that was given at Shushan to destroy them, to show it unto Esther, and to declare it unto her, and to charge her that she should go in unto the king to make supplication unto him and to make request before him for her people. And Hathach came and told Esther the words of Mordecai. Again Esther spake unto Hathach and gave him commandment unto Mordecai. Verse 11. All the king's servants and the people of the king's provinces do know that whosoever, whether man or woman, shall come into the king into the inner court, who is not called, there is one law of his to put him to death, except such to whom the king shall hold out the golden scepter, that he may live. But I have not been called to come in into the king these 30 days.
So Esther saying, hey, look, if the king don't call you, and you go in there unexpectedly, he put that scepter down, the king commandment was to put him to death, but if you put the scepter up, then you live. So that's the choice she have, and that's the chance that she taking, man. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Verse 12. And they told to Mordecai Esther's words. Then Mordecai commanded to answer Esther, think not with thyself that thou shalt escape in the king's house more than all the Jews.
He said, hey, don't think about yourself, man, if you will escape because you the queen, because you in the king's house, man, more than all the Jews that they talking about killing. Go ahead.
Verse 14. For if thou altogether holdest thy peace at this time, then shall their enlargement and deliverance arise to the Jews from another place. But thou and thy father's house shall be destroyed.
Let you know, hey, they gonna kill you too. Go ahead. So you can't hold your peace. I mean, don't be quiet on this. Go ahead.
And who knoweth whether thou art come to the king for such a time as this?
That's right. So you know, it's something just like you look at Joseph. A lot of times, man, we don't really understand why these things happen, but Joseph's brother was wicked brothers sold him to the Arabs, and they sold him to the Egyptians. And then when the dearth came, when the famine came, you know, he was like second in charge. They didn't even recognize him. So what he looked like, an Egyptian. So you know, as a brother, could have been no Edomite like they're showing all these people on TV and the movies and all that stuff, man, right?
Ten
Because
Commandments.
they didn't recognize the Egyptian.
God, Ten
They
Commandments.
didn't recognize their brother, right? Because you can grow up and all that. It just showed you, brother. He was like second in charge, man. What verse was that?
That was 14.
Okay, go back to the Apocrypha. I want you to read from in here on page 56, placed in the Greek after chapter 4:17. Did you read, what did you start? Where did you stop at?
In addition to Esther's or Esther?
No, in Esther.
That was
15?
Yes.
Hmm?
15.
15?
That's-
Okay,
yeah, I
read
read
to 17. Read to 17.
Verse 15. Then Esther bade them return Mordecai this answer.
So Esther said, go tell Mordecai this, read.
Go, gather together all the Jews that are present in Shushan, and fast ye from me, and neither eat nor drink 3 days, night or day. I also and my maidens will fast likewise, and so will I go in unto the king, which is not according to the law. And if I perish, I perish.
That's power right there. She telling everybody to fast for 3 days and 3 nights. And don't eat anything. That's no water in nothing. No water, no drink, nothing. 3 days. He said her and her maid is gonna fast. That's the same. It said, and says she gonna go into the king. Well, he haven't called her in 30 days. And she said, if I perish, I perish. If he kill me, if he put the scepter down, they gonna kill her. Because he didn't call her, depending on what type of attitude he had, right? He put the scepter down, they gonna kill her. To show you how powerful she was. He said, if I perish, if I die, I die. That's power right there. Go ahead.
Verse 17. So Mordecai went his way and did according to all that Esther had commanded him.
So, you know, Adam was told what? Because you listened to that woman. But you see here, Like I told you gotta listen to what they say and make the right decision. You see how she was very intelligent, right? Mordecai followed what she said. Now let's go to the Apocrypha in 4:17. Place in the Hebrew Greek after chapter 4:17 of the Hebrew. It's on page 56 in the right here.
The chapter 13. Let's start it. 8. This is additions to Esther 13 and 8. Then Mordecai thought upon all the works of the Most High and made his prayer unto him.
So now this Mordecai praying. These are solutions that could work for us if you spiritual. If not, then you might not understand it. But this is what I'm not going to show you many times of even mighty men, David, Judas, Maccabees, and this man and so forth. You know what I mean? He's praying for deliverance, man. Especially for wartime, and we in wartime. We in wartime, man, for real. If you don't see it yet, it's coming. For real, man. I know they blew up my car, I know that. Stole my stuff, so I know it is what it is, man. It's time to really wake up, man, and just know what time it is to get closer to the Most High, man. For real. Read this.
Additions to Esther 13 and 9, saying, O Most High, the King Almighty, for the whole world is in thy power. And if thou hast appointed to save Israel, there is no man that can gainsay thee.
See how he's building up to the Most High? Making him feel good about it, right? Himself, right?
For thou hast made heaven and earth,
That's right.
and all the wondrous things under the heaven. Thou art power of all things, and there is no man that can resist thee, which art the Most High.
That's right.
Khan.
That's right. Go ahead.
Thou knowest all things, and thou knowest, Most High, that it was neither in contempt nor pride, nor for any desire of glory, that I did not bow down to proud Haman.
That's right. I ain't want no recognition at all, no exaltation, no exaltation at all, to not bow down to this Amalekite Haman. Go ahead.
For I could have been content with goodwill for the salvation of Israel to kiss the soles of his feet. But I did this, that I might not prefer the glory of man above the glory of the Most High.
That's right. Go ahead.
Neither will I worship any but thee, O Most High, neither will I do it in pride.
That's right, man. You see that? He's saying that because you can't be prideful, man. You got to be humble. Most High looking at everything. His eyes is 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of man and even the secret parts. That's why he's saying what he's saying. That's why I say these are things you can look at to be able to help you to be able to pray and change your ways, man. Masha was saying, we got to be born again, meaning we got to change. Before the Most High, you know, when you talk about how no respect of man, who cares about how man look at you? It's how the Most High looking at us. Khan? Yeah, come on.
Verse 15. And now, O Most High Power and King, spare thy people, for their eyes are upon us to bring us to naught.
Yeah, we can pray this right now. Go ahead.
Yeah, they desire to destroy the inheritance that have been thine from the beginning.
That's right. They desire to destroy the inheritance. We the 12 tribes of Israel, which has been the most highest from the beginning. Go ahead.
Despise not the portion which thou hast delivered out of Egypt for thine own self. Hear my prayer, and be merciful unto thine inheritance. Turn our sorrow into joy, that we may live, O Most High, and praise thy name. And destroy not the mouths of them that praise thee, O Most High.
That's right, man. That's right. Nobody praised the Most High like Israel. Khan? Nobody. He said, hey, destroy not the mouths of them that praise thee. Praise the Most High, Yahweh. Go ahead.
All Israel in like manner cried most earnestly unto the Most High.
Hear that? Read that again.
All Israel in like manner cried most earnestly unto the Most High.
One more time. Read it again.
All Israel in like manner cried most earnestly unto the Most High,
Go ahead.
because their death was before their eyes.
Why?
Because their death was before their eyes.
Why?
Because their death was before their eyes.
Okay. Now that's Mordecai prayer. Continue on.
Additions to Esther 14:1. Queen Esther also, being in fear of death, resorted unto the Most High.
That's right. Like, we gotta always resort to the Most High. Not man, but ain't no man gonna save us. Deuteronomy 28 and 29 say that, right? Go ahead.
And laid away her glorious apparel,
Uh-oh.
and put on the garments of anguish and mourning, and instead of precious ointment,
Check out what she did. You know she's beautiful as hell. Look at what she did.
she covered her head with ashes and dung.
Oh, y'all heard that? Y'all see it? She did what?
She covered her head with ashes and dung.
What's dung?
Doo-doo.
That's right. Go ahead.
And she humbled her body
You hear
greatly.
that? That's humility. This is how we get Most High's attention. She humbled her body greatly. Read.
And all the places of her joy she filled with her torn hair.
She tore her hair out of. Man, she tore her hair out. Go ahead.
Verse 3. And she prayed unto the Most High Power of Israel, saying,
This is her prayer right here. Read.
O my power, thou only art our king. Help me, desolate woman, which have no helper but thee.
That's right. Now, no helper but the Most High. Because she's in the Persian Empire under the king as a queen. She ain't got no helper. She ain't got nobody. She got to do whatever he says do. And she's an Israelite. Knowing she's an Israelite. Knowing the law, statute, commandments of the Most High. This is what she said to the Most High. Go ahead.
Verse 4. For my danger is in my hand. From my youth up, I have heard in the tribe of my family that thou, O Most High, tookest Israel from among all people, and our fathers from all their predecessors, for a perpetual inheritance. And thou hast performed whatsoever thou didst promise them.
Now, you see what she says is, for my danger is in mine hand. What was her danger? Her danger is in her hand. What's her danger? Her danger is in her hand. What's her danger?
Was in her hand, he said?
What's her danger?
Being under,
enemy?
being under
The enemy?
Yeah, the enemy. No, it's not the enemy. She said her danger is in her hand. In her hand.
She got to follow through.
Hmm?
She got to follow through with
She got
on behalf of Israel. You know, the danger is in her hands. Meaning it's up to her to persuade the king.
Yeah, you hot. Anybody else? So her danger's in her hand. So one thing that she said that, and I emphasized it too. Huh? No. I'm talking about her danger in her hand. In her hand. Okay, nobody. Okay, the king got the scepter. Remember, she haven't went to the king, and he ain't called her for 30 days. If he had a scepter up, she's all right. If he put the scepter down, then she could die. They're gonna put her to death.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, because you said,
Yeah.
So basically, she's going to see the king without being called on.
Right.
So it's dangerous for her to do that.
Yeah, it's dangerous in her hand because if he have an attitude, she come in there. What you doing coming up in there? Anybody call you up in here and put the scepter down? Then she said she would die. They would kill her. But if he had the scepter up, that's what she's praying. So you see, she's gonna pray that the Most High. This gonna show you how the prayer is gonna be answered. You heard Mordecai pray. Now she's praying, and this prayer is gonna be answered. But what is it that they said to the Most High that moved him? I was telling you last night, man. Look into the Bible. Look, what is it that moved him that he came through for them? For whoever it is that prayed for them. You understand? A certain way, certain things we did that moved the Most High. Not just I'm praying to the Most High, hollering at the Most High, and think He's gonna hear you. You understand? It's the same thing. It's just a matter of seeing what they're doing that really move the Most High to fulfill what it is that we desire in our prayer. You understand? And you gotta believe it. You gotta say it's gonna happen. That's another thing. You can't just be praying and then doubting. They ain't coming through. They believe what they pray is gonna happen, and it happened. You understand? Masha gave us a clue. He gave us a clear indication of how this works, man. Then read on.
Verse 6. And now we have sinned before thee.
Uh-oh. Did we hear that last night? You remember last night we went over that, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's marvelous in the eyes of the Most High. Remember we cried when we read that in Judges 10 down, where we said 2 times, man, we have sinned. Here it goes again here. All the prophets said the same thing, man, to the Most High. We have sinned. Job didn't. Job said he was righteous. The Most High got Job. Even though it's righteous, you can be however you are, but you can't say you are yourself. So I ain't with that. If you doing that, that's like pride. Everybody said we have sinned. You see? That's why she prayed to the Most High what she said. We have sinned. That's including herself. All the prophets said the same thing, including themselves. This what works. This was marvelous in the eyes of the Most High. Y'all with me? Yeah. Go ahead. And that's. I'll tell you afterward. Go ahead.
Verse 6. And now we have sinned before thee. Therefore hast thou given us into the hands of our enemies.
See? So, was anybody say we ain't under the law? Instead of the transgressor of the law, all these dang on religious people, whoever they are, saying that we ain't under the law, we sin against the Most High. That's why we're in captivity here. And all scattered all over the world because we sin against the Most High. Khan? Go ahead.
Because we worship their gods. O Most High, thou art righteous. Nevertheless, it satisfied them not that we are in bitter captivity, but they have stricken hands with their idols, that they will abolish the thing that thou with thy mouth hast ordained, and destroy thine inheritance, and stop the mouth of them that praise thee, and quench the glory of thy house and of thine altar, and open the mouths of the heathen to set forth the praises of the idols, and to magnify a fleshly king forever. O Most High, give not thy scepter unto them that be nothing, and let them not laugh at our fall. And let them not laugh at our fall, but turn their device upon themselves, and make him an example that have begun this against us.
That's right. Make Haman an example, man. All them that be what? Nothing. That's what it says in that's pretty tight. Isaiah 40 and 17, man. I mean, read that. Isaiah 40 and 17. And O Most High, give not thy scepter unto them that be nothing. Come on. That's powerful. We just about finished when we finish this prayer.
Isaiah 40 and 17. All nations before him are as nothing.
See, all nations before him are as what?
Are as nothing.
And she said what? O Most High, give not thy scepter, thy power, and rulership and authority unto them that are nothing. So Haman is what? Nothing. All the people that's coming against us is what? Nothing. Khan.
A spittle.
Right.
Small dust of the
Spittle.
balance.
Right. Beautiful knowing these scriptures, bro. That's powerful. Everybody said the same thing, right? That's right. Go back to our prayer.
Verse 11. O Most High, give not thy scepter unto them that be nothing, and let them not laugh at our fall, but turn their device upon themselves, and make him an example that have begun this against us.
That's right. Make them an example, man. Turn their advice against their own self. Let them fall in the pit that they done set for us. Go ahead.
Remember, O Most High, make thyself known in time of our affliction, and give me boldness O King of the nations, and power of all power. Give me eloquent speech in my mouth before the lion. Turn his heart to hate him that fighteth against us, that there may be an end of him and of all that are like-minded to him.
Hey, he said, hey, she prayed to the Most High, give her eloquent speech in her mouth before the lion. Let's talk about before King Artaxerxes. He turned his heart, turned his mind to hate him that fighteth against us. Hate Haman, that there may be an end of him. Kill him. But she prayed to the Most High. And of all that are like-minded of him. All that's like-minded with him to put us to death. Kill them all. Go ahead.
But deliver us with thine hand, and help me that am desolate, and which have no other help but thee.
That's right, man. Only help she have is the Most High, knowing that she got to go in there, because Mordecai's never there. You know, he's not there with her. You know, he's out there in sackcloth, crying to the Most High himself. He ain't not there. She by herself, crying to the Most High. Go ahead.
Thou knowest all things, O Most High. Thou knowest that I hate the glory of the unrighteous, and abhor the bed of the uncircumcised, and of all the heathen.
Hear that? He said, the Most High, you know I hate the glory and the unrighteous, and I hate the bed of the uncircumcised, dang, and of all the heathen. The uncircumcised is those that don't really know the truth, not follow the law, such commandments of the Most High, and their shoulder not uncircumcised. And she got to deal with all that. You know, go ahead, because we circumcise our boys on the 8th day. Not the heathen though. Go ahead.
Verse 16. Thou knowest my necessity, for I abhor the sign of my high estate, which is upon my head in the days wherein I show myself, and I abhor it as a minstrel's rag, and that I wear it not when I am private by myself.
Yeah. That's how much she said she hate wearing that crown on her head. That crown royal. She said, I hate it. She said, I abhor it. Like a what? A minstrel cloth. Man, dang rag. All the women know what that's about. Man, that's she said something there, huh? That's like putting it really down. Like she don't like it at all. And saying, I wear it not when I am private by myself. See, I don't wear that when I'm private by myself. I'm by myself, forget that. Go ahead.
And that thine handmaid have not eaten at Haman's table, and that I have not greatly esteemed the king's feast, nor drunk the wine of the drink offering.
See that? She said, hey, I'm eating what I'm supposed to eat according to the dietary law. Because they eat anything. He can eat anything. We can't. She said, I ain't never ate at his table. Go ahead.
Neither hath thine handmaid any joy since the day that I was brought hither to this present, but in thee, O most high power of Abraham.
Wow. She said, I had no joy since I've been brought in this place, man. He ordained me as queen. But only the most high power of Abraham. Go ahead.
O thou mighty power above all, hear the voice of the forlorn, and deliver us out of the hands of the mischievous, and deliver me out of my fears.
That's right, man. All praise to the Most High. That's our prayer, man. Kind?
Kind.
That's right, man. All praise. So we're going to stop right there. We're going to cover the next part tomorrow. We got to come out tomorrow. We'll cover the next part tomorrow. Any questions, any comments? Everybody cool? Everybody all right? All right. We're going to send up the prayers of water for being online when I say Come Most High, Come Mashiach El Shai, and Come Yashua. We're out.